and that the world will have peril as never before. And then all of a sudden, this great man, this great leader will arise, and the world will accept him as a peacemaker, and he's going to bring peace on the entire globe. Now, does the Bible spell this out in great detail?
Rexella, this book is tremendous, and the facts are there. The Bible teaches that this world politician is going to come to power and be accepted because of his peace program. Daniel 11:21 says he comes in peaceably. Daniel 11:24, he enters in peaceably. And he confirms a peace contract with the nations who've been negotiating already for a period of 7 years. Let me quote the text, Daniel 9:27. He shall confirm the covenant for 1 week. The word week there in the Hebrew is Shabuah, meaning 7 years. And so the world is going to say, ha, it's happened. Peace, 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 peace. Jeremiah 6:14 and Jeremiah 8:11. But there'll be no peace. It all fails. Why? Because this one who has claimed to be the Messiah has been nothing but a deceiver. 1 John 1:7, the infamous Antichrist of 1 John 2:18. And the world will really learn that they had been worshiping a false God, a false Christ.
Well, what do you think?
Wow. Pretty fascinating stuff. You know, you and I should do a special report on that someday.
What are you talking about? Someday? Don't you see we don't have much time? Well, we've got to warn the world. This Macaluso guy is the Antichrist, for crying out loud.
Whoa, back up the truck here. You're not taking this stuff literally, are you? Oh, for God's sake, Helen. You're a journalist. We've been talking about the most incredible event that happened to the history of this planet. You're talking to me about the boogeyman?
I can't believe you can't see it, Bronson. I mean, it's all right here.
Oh, I'll tell you what I see, Helen. I see somebody that needs to take a step back just for a minute here. I mean, we've all been through a lot here in the past 2 days. We thought the world was going to end. Why don't we just go back to the studio?
I'm not going back.
What are you talking about?
I'm not going back. Look, if you're blind to what's going on here, then that's between you and God. But I know the truth about Macaluso, and I'm not going to join you in telling the world what a great guy he is.
You know, out of all the people that I know, I thought you'd be the last person who would get caught up in a religious cult.
Well, it's clear, Bronson. And if you just open up that steel trap of yours, you'd see it too. What's it going to take for you to believe that this is for real?
Oh, do you know what it'll take, Helen, when Macaluso shows up for that speech tomorrow carrying a pitchfork?
Please.
Oh, look, Helen, come on now. Up until now, it's always been seeing is believing with you and I. Now you want to turn that around, and what you're seeing is what you want to believe.
Well, and you're refusing to see what you don't want to believe. Oh, look, maybe you're not ready to fall on your knees, and frankly, I'm not asking you to. You know, of all the people I know, I'd have thought you'd have been the last person just to dismiss something this big without even looking at it.
Look, I am not saying there's nothing to it. My father spent his entire life believing it. It made him a happier man. In fact, I think it made him a better man. But I'll tell you, at the end of the day, he still ended up dead, just like the rest of us will.
No, Bronson. His earthly body may have died, but his soul is still very much alive.
Oh, I wish I could believe that, Helen. Honest to God, I do. Look, I have met President Macaluso myself. I have seen what he's done with my own eyes. He's not evil. In fact, he's the furthest thing from evil. I mean, look at what he's done here. He has rid the world of hatred. Now, you have to admit, he has saved us from our most imminent destruction. Now he wants to unite the world in peace. Now, I wasn't there when Jesus turned the water into wine, but I was there for this. And he is the guy who he says he is, Helen.
Can we just forget our emotions for a few minutes and look at this professionally? Okay? Okay, we have a guy who's making some pretty gigantic claims about himself. Sure, he's impressive. But we have some very strong evidence that he might be an imposter. Now, shouldn't we, as journalists, at least check it out?
Okay. Let's take it from the start here. Now, this Antichrist character, he's supposed to come out of the Roman Empire, right?
Yeah, that's right. And according to this encyclopedia, well, the European Union, it's virtually identical geographically to the Roman Empire of biblical times.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Now, what else is there?
Not a bad picture for a camera half the size of a frozen pea. I just slid it right under the door and voila, our evening's entertainment.
I just hope they don't see it.
Not a chance. This thing is so tiny, you wouldn't see it even if you were looking.